Today we are going to make one of my favorite heritage loaves. Really healthy, very tasty, with some seeds in it and super high hydration. First of all, let's get that honey in. Pour all of the water in. Get those seeds in. And finally, the leaven, matured and ripe. Now follows the simplicity itself. Just stir the ingredients together. Heritage flours, especially the ones that we are using here, spelt and einkorn, have a fantastic ability to absorb water really quickly. So they don't need that much mixing or kneading for that matter. And you see, it's already absorbed the water. That mix only took about 1 minute. And it's beautifully mixed together. You need to do about 3 minutes of mixing and stirring like this, just to make sure that it's mixed well together. One way of mixing is just to fold it over, and that's going to develop the gluten really well. This is the first stage of the dough. Very important stage. When we ask the question, is the flour hydrated enough? The way I answer that question with this particular dough is by feeling how hard it is to turn my spatula inside. It has to have some resistance. It shouldn't be flying around without any resistance whatsoever. However, if it is too hard, if you can hardly turn it around, then you need more water. If it is too light, if your hand is just flying around without any resistance, then you need to add more flour. Another way of mixing this dough is by whipping it into shape like this. I'm happy with the dough now. I'm going to clean the bowl a little bit around and cover it with the legendary shower cup. Keep it nice and warm and moist. We are halfway through our first fermentation, the bulk fermentation, and I'm just going to gently fold the dough. It's quite airy and stringy, means that the gluten has developed nicely. This is going to invigorate the yeast and even out the temperature. We help the gluten development. And you can see now that the dough is much more together than when we first started. Okay, I'll leave you in peace now. Trusty old shower cup. Here's our dough transferred into 2 bowls, equal sizes, and we are going to move them into the tins. But before we do that, do a little bit of a magic. You definitely need greaseproof paper, otherwise the dough would stick. First of all, I'm going to shape the loaf by folding it over. We're going to simply pour it into the tin. We're going to put some seeds on the top now. I'm just spreading the dough evenly around the tin. Here we go, with a bit more water, because the seeds are going to absorb it. And also it's going to help us embed the seed into the loaf. I want to soak the seeds with water. If you tap the seeds into the dough, they won't fall off once the loaf is made. We got pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and sesame seeds here. A little bit more water. There's no problem here because the seeds are going to absorb the water and they are really embedded in there now. Job done.